Hi there, I'm Theresa Levine, Master EFT practitioner and energy coach, and today I want to talk about intuition. What is intuition? You know, it's that feeling of knowing something without knowing how you know it, and it's a really important thing to get in touch with. I'm a firm believer that, a lot of the most important decisions we make are made with our gut and using that gut check, and that we actually have these neurotransmitters in our gut that actually do have that feeling associated with them when we have that gut check or that gut feeling. So getting in tune with your intuition is really important, but a lot of times people feel out of alignment with it. So today's tapping round is about honing your intuition, ramping it up, strengthening it. It honestly is like a muscle, and if you don't work it and you don't work on it, it goes away, and you have to do something to maintain that connection and to keep it strong. So let's do this together and just repeat after me, do what I'm doing, and we're just gonna do a basic round. So we're gonna set it up, we're gonna go through 3 rounds of the points, and I want you to assess before you're starting how disconnected to your intuition do you feel, or how resistant to listening to that inner voice and that gut instinct do you feel right now? Rate that on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most resistant and 0 being like totally open to accepting your internal guidance and listening to that inner voice and your intuition. Write it down, it's important, and let's begin. Even though I sometimes block intuition and guidance, and I have a hard time getting out of my head, I love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I resist intuition, and I don't trust that I always have this full support of the universe, I love and accept myself anyway. Even though I sometimes value logic and facts over what my gut check tells me, I honor that, and I love myself anyway. And I choose to love and honor those people that may have contributed or taught me to resist and believe this way. These blocks to my intuition, I feel like I'm so closed off to receiving guidance. And I know there's divine guidance coming to me, but sometimes I block it. Wanting to surrender to the guidance. Sometimes I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what it might tell me to do. Because there's times that I've listened and things didn't go so well. And I'd really like to avoid that pain. Sometimes it's hard to trust that I'm supported and that I'll always have support. And it's hard to trust myself. What if my intuition tells me that I'm not doing enough? Or it tells me to do something that seems like taking a big risk? That's usually when I mute it, when I tune it out, or I try to rationalize it away. But then I feel like I'm missing out on something. So much fear blocking my intuition. There's fear that it might be trying to hurt me. And there's an unwillingness to trust it. An unwillingness to trust my inner voice. Because sometimes I think, maybe it's not my intuition. And I think I sabotage myself when I do that. But I can't always tell the difference between fear and intuition. And I'm not always sure about my divine guidance. Sometimes I'm worried that I won't be able to handle what I'm guided to do. I welcome the knowing and the confidence, as well as the surrender, so that everything can come together for the highest good. I know that I need to get out of my head, out of my fear, so that I can fully stand in my power. There's so much wisdom inside me. And with a little trust, it can guide and steer me. My intuition is like a GPS. And I need to trust it a little more. I just need to get peaceful and still and quiet and listen to what it has to say. Even if it doesn't make sense. I'll expand my vision about what's possible. And listen, whether my intuition's telling me to say yes, telling me to say no, or just telling me to be more aware. I am willing to open wide and allow my life to get increasingly better. And I know that allowing this guidance will help get me there. There's no one I need to ask permission about this from but myself. I can follow what feels good and right and trust the outcome. I can take ownership of my decisions and enjoy this journey of empowerment so that I can continue to increase my awareness and grow. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I want you to reassess your feeling of resistance to intuition, your feeling of connection to intuition, and re-rate yourself on that scale of 1 to 10. And just come back to these ideas and any feelings that came up for you during that, and tap on them some more if you still find yourself needing to lower that number in order to feel where you want to be with your connection and alignment with intuition.